This week in Louisiana agriculture, members of the state's congressional delegation are coming home for the summer recess. Now, say farm leaders, is the time to talk to them about immigration reform and the Farm Bill.
I'm A.J. Sabine in Acadia Parish, and I'll show you how Ducks Unlimited, the NRCS, and the LSU Ag Center are trying to preserve waterfowl habitat while keeping farmers in business. That story just ahead.
Wondering where you can find locally raised grass-fed beef? I'm Avery Davidson. I'll show you ahead, and it's not far from Louisiana's capital city.
Hello everyone, I'm Michael Danna. Thanks so much for joining us on this week's program. More than 7,000 seasonal immigrant workers come to Louisiana each year to work on farms, ranches, in the seafood and candy industries through the H-2A program. That puts the Bayou State fourth in the nation in use of H-2A workers. Those employers and farmers would prefer to hire local labor because getting foreign labor through the H-2A program is expensive and wrapped in lots of bureaucratic red tape. That's one of the reasons why farmers are paying close attention as Congress debates immigration reform. The Senate has already approved an immigration reform bill, but the U.S. House has not. House Speaker John Boehner has said publicly that he will not consider immigration reform until he has the support of fellow Republicans who control the House. Brian Breaux with the Louisiana Farm Bureau says the House has 4 bills dealing with immigration reform, 2 of which have already made it out of committee. One of those bills, House Bill 1773, deals specifically with agricultural workers. Breaux says with Congress in recess and lawmakers back home in their districts, now is the time for farmers and other small business owners to tell lawmakers where they stand on immigration reform.
There's a lot at stake for agriculture. I look back in my file cabinet where we've been working this issue for 16 years. But we finally have the right components in place to where we could address this issue. We want the farmers to meet with their congressmen and ask the House, ask them to support immigration reform in the House of Representatives. We understand it's going to be a different piece of legislation or different pieces of legislation than would pass the Senate. But the thing is, we desperately need for them to get engaged with this. It's time to stop kicking the can down the road.
Congress is set to resume its session September 9th. That would be the earliest House members could consider those immigration reform bills. That's also the soonest the House could take up funding for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, better known as food stamps. You may recall the House passed a farm bill without a provision for food stamps. However, despite the Senate also passing its farm bill, Speaker Boehner has yet to appoint conferees to a conference committee and says he will not do so until the House passes a food stamp bill.